Okay, blessings. This is Jaia, Guru without an ashram. And I wanted to talk about and do a little four-part series on the music part of things. And the magic of the heart is really connected for me with the music. Initially, I did not sing in front of everyone, anyone, ever. And it was never my dream to be a singer in any kind of way. It was so outside the range of possibility. So how it all began to happen is I realized how much I didn't like the sound of my voice. I heard it on a recorder one day. And that combined with other things, I started to have this intention of, I just want to heal my relationship with my voice so that when I hear it, or even when I speak, I don't have this inner sense. It was just some kind of thing, weird thing that was happening. And I want that weird thing to stop. That was my intention. I want that, whatever that is, and I want to heal this. And so I was participating in a workshop with a large amount of people, and there was a singing coach, and the room was divided into the females and the males, and the females would sing, then the males would sing. And I it came up again for me, just like I didn't even want to sing. I thought like, oh, I'm not even going to open my mouth. I'll just make it worse. It was really going on. So he mentioned that he had appointments for people, one-on-one sessions. So I went to that session with the intention, again, of I just want to be okay with my voice in whatever way that can happen. And so he had me make some sounds, and we did some things, and he said, you can really sing. Like you could sing as like a career or something. You can really sing. And at that time, at that moment, he happened to go, I'm going to use the restroom for a moment, excuse me. And it was right after he had said that. And he was kind of a guy to crack jokes and was kind of a jester kind of person. And I thought, how could he be so mean? Right? That was my initial reaction and response, was like, that's not really funny to kid around like that. And I was watching him as he came out of the washroom. And, and then he started maybe even talking about something else. And I thought, I don't think he's kidding. Like it was so disconnected from my experience. Like what he was saying was so disconnected. I couldn't even imagine it to be a reality and a possibility and truth. So we did talk some more, and I really got to see that he wasn't kidding. And so that was the first step, or the first part of things. And then I had always written poetry since I was young. Well, I started hearing music a little bit with part of his, another workshop I went to of his, started writing music and singing. But it literally wasn't for another 3, 4, 5 years later until I heard my own voice, and it was a very surreal experience. And I was doing a sound check at an event, and it was in Piccadilly Circus. It was in a church. It's a program called Alternatives at St. James in London, and it was presenting with a few other people. During the sound check in this church, which the acoustics were just incredible, I heard it for the first time. And I literally went into the pews afterwards and cried. It was something that was, again, it was outside the range of, and so for the first time I thought, that's what other people are hearing when they're hearing me sing, but that I couldn't hear it for all that time. So when I'm working with people and when their gifts are coming through, something that is naturally happening with them, and they can't see it themselves and they can't recognize it, you know, and it's usually not. In fact, I don't think it's ever actually been singing when I've worked with someone, but it's other things that are coming through. And it has been voice, and then they think about it, one person in particular. And so when your soul gift is coming through, it's not necessarily something you recognize yourself, or it's literally in a spiritual gift that has you could even say spiritual energy with it or within it. It's in a different dimension or level of consciousness. And so you might not recognize it, you might not hear it, and for a while you might not even know you have anything inside, so I think a lot of people are walking around with these buried treasures inside. And in these times, the invitation is to allow them to come out and to be excavated, to find the buried treasure within and to bring those things out and to have it be a service and a real benefit for others as it's been. So now when I sing, I recognize the sometimes how the energy changes, how things shift, and music in general, the healing power of music in general, even if it's not, people aren't saying, I had a full-on physical healing while you were singing, or these wild things have happened. But even if it's, you could say just music, which that's hard to say because the healing powers of music are so profound and so strong. Uh, and so there's so much gratitude for all of the gifts that have come forward through the years for people, and through all of the inspiration and the openings that people have had, and the directions, the change in direction sometimes that people go to, or just a way for the individual to connect with their own divine nature and to continue to expand and grow in that awareness.